Hey guys, Coach Mitch here. So you have to understand what you're walking into when you go into your Secret Service super interview. There are so many things they're looking at right from the start regarding you, your performance, and how you're going to do. The first thing is this: you have to understand what they're actually evaluating. Most people walk into this thing think it's going to be some kind of normal interview. It's not a normal interview. It's a Secret Service super interview. They're looking for things like your judgment, your decision making. They want to know if you have control. And do your answers convey someone that they can trust? Yes, you may have all the experience in the world, but if you don't know how to talk about yourself in these terms, in these manners, they are going to pass you up and go for the next person. At the super interview, when you go down there, this is in person. It's not a Zoom, it's in person. You're going to have many people there who you're competing against. Many of those guys are going to have it together. So if you don't understand what they're scoring, you are already behind. Do you know how to answer questions in a way that convey you are someone they can trust? They have to have the trust, because think of the position you are in. You're in a position of trust, right? The job you're doing is it's investigations. It's also what? Financials. They have to trust that person who's in that role. Therefore, the only way they're going to know this is not through your resume, not through your application, not because you know somebody. They're only going to know this through your answers at the interview. These are in-depth, hard-hitting interview environments. And so if you're not ready for the super interview, you should not be walking in there. It is not a civilian type interview. No one cares about your degree. No one cares about where you came from. No one cares about, how high of a grade you got in school. All that means nothing at all. You must be able to convey someone who understands how to deal with pressure and stress, documentation, things of that nature. That's the critical assets for someone getting into Secret Service. There's nothing else like it. You're never going to ever come across an interview panel like this in your whole life. It is specifically for Secret Service. Number two, stop talking like a civilian. Oh my God. You guys, I know you're civilians. I get that. Most of you are civilians. I understand that. But that is not what they're looking for Secret Service. They're not looking for a civilian. They don't want that. The civilian mindset in this interview is an instant red flag for this interview panel. Let me say it again. The civilian mindset for this interview is an instant red flag. You're going to be checked, boom, boom, cut, and they'll sit there for the whole interview with you, but you're not going to make it because you don't understand what's really going on, what they want to hear. What do they want to hear? They want to hear mission first thinking. In my coaching program, I embed that within your answers to show you guys how to do it. There is a certain technique I have refined for the past 7 years that makes champions. Last year, 58 of my clients went through there, all passed. January, 12 passed. February, 9 passed. So far, 4 have passed in March. I'm making champions, okay? Number two, and that same thing is this. Do you have controlled responses? Why is that so important? Because they're looking for emotional maturity. This is why you don't hear a lot about Secret Service doing dumb things in public or private, whatever, because they're trained that way. They are always on the job. They're always ready to do the job with a lot of emotional maturity. Big one here too, that same vein, is professional awareness. You have to be proactive. Civilians are not typically proactive. You got to read the room, read people, understand where you are, how to respond, when not to respond. Don't be a hero. They're not looking for heroes. If you want to be a hero, go join maybe SEAL Team 6. They're not looking for that. They're looking for people who know how to answer these questions like a professional. Number three is this: you got to get a grip on controlling your answers. This is from repetition. This is where people really come through in my coaching program. We go through it, because what I want is how to have you understand to control your answers. What do I mean by that? Stop over-explaining. We get people who say so much it's not relevant to the question. I stop you in the coaching program because I show you how to do it, because they are not going to stop you, but they're not going to have you go to the next level. They're just not going to do that. You are a liability. Secret Service cannot have liabilities. In those questions you're trying to answer, you're losing your structure of the question, right? So they ask you a question, your structure is all messed up, it's here and there, it's not doing anybody any favors. You're losing the panel. You're confusing the panel, right? At this point here, I want to stop you. If you want some real coaching to get past a super interview at a 90.4% success rate, yeah, I have a 90.4% success rate for my clients. If that's your goal, I can show you how to do it, because you cannot answer questions in a way where your answers are foggy. They don't understand where you're coming from. They don't know what you're doing, and they're confused. They don't want to deal with that, guys. They're not going to deal with that. They can pick the best of the best. My clients, I haven't had a fail in 14 months. They're the best of the best because we work on it. My clients don't walk into my coaching program already perfect. No one ever has. We just refine and we work and we work and we work and we refine, we work, we refine, we work. It takes a lot of work, but it's worth it, right? Number 4 here, your judgments have to be obvious to them. So what do I mean by that? It means that you have to be clear in your explanation why you made that decision, right? Why would you do that? What did you consider before you did that decision? What was all the factors involved, right? And how you controlled the situation. They're going to mark you down if you don't know how to convey that properly and clearly to this panel. Yeah, they're going to mark you down. Last thing here is most important. Watching my videos are not enough, because the training inside is very intense. I'm telling you that right now, because if you want to be a champion here, this is what you got to do. You got to repeat and repeat, and we train and we train and we train. That is what it's like. It's like athletics for your mind. We got to get your brain going so you understand what they want to hear, what the Secret Service panel wants to hear during the super interview. You are walking in there like a civilian and you get knocked the heck out because you're not ready. If you're serious about this, you want to go down there and kick some butt in front of these guys, right? In the most humble way. Get into my coaching program. Go into my description down below. Get into my calendar. Let's go. You guys, May 14th, they have another ACE event. That means they're going to condense it down to, they'll take off 120 days of processing. APAT, background, interview, all that stuff's going to happen. Physical too. That's going to happen all in one day, okay? That takes off 120 days in the process. To be chosen for that, they got to pick you. You can't volunteer for the ACE. But how are they going to pick you? They got to know you exist. How will they know you exist? You have to apply, right? And then they see your name in the system, and then you're going to maybe get a chance to go down there for the ACE event and get picked for that, okay? They take a lot of people because they want to see who can make it and who can't. If you're serious, guys, join soon, because don't come at me 2 days before the ACE event and say, hey, I want you to train me to be, to get through the interview. It's not going to work that way. You got to be smart. 3 or 4 weeks out, contact me. We can do this, but it takes work on both sides, okay? Those are the 5 pointers I want you guys to understand. You must be able to overcome in the interview. Nothing else is like it. This is such a unique interview. That's why they call this super interview. It's super tough, okay? Take care, Coach Mitch. Bye-bye.